Here's the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, now about to begin this news conference.
Okay. Tonight I'll be leaving to visit the United States to meet with the Chairman of the US Federal Reserve, the head of the IMF and the head of the World Bank, private investment banks, and my counterparts from the US, UK, Canada, India and Korea. Now, this is a crucial opportunity to confer with my international counterparts to make sure that the latest thinking about the concerning international developments in the economy can be factored into the budget in real time. I'll be back on Sunday morning and the budget, of course, will be released about a week and a half after that. The world is bracing for another global downturn. That's the truth of it. And we've seen in the comments from the head of the IMF overnight, we've seen in recent commentary from the OECD and the World Bank and the IMF that the prospects for a recession in some of the major economies of the world has edged over from possible to probable, and that has obvious implications for us as well. So this is a crucial opportunity to meet with my colleagues to talk about a whole range of issues: climate change, debt, energy and food security, multinational institutions, but most of all, it's an opportunity to take the temperature of the deteriorating global economy to properly understand what it means for us as the government puts the finishing touches on the budget. The world is bracing for the third downturn in the course of the last decade and a half. And if it goes that way, as many expect, this will be a very different downturn to the two others that we've had over the course of the last decade and a half. The first one, the global financial crisis, was a financial shock that became a demand issue. The second one was a health shock, which became mostly a supply issue. This one is an inflation shock, and the risk here is a hard landing around the world brought about by the blunt and brutal, but in some ways necessary, tightening of monetary policy that we're seeing particularly in the big advanced economies. And so that will be central to the conversation that we will have in Washington, DC. This deteriorating global situation is the backdrop for the budget that I'll hand down in 2 weeks' time. The deteriorating global situation, combined with high and rising inflation here at home and the ongoing persistent structural spending pressures on the budget. Those three things together, inflation, the world economy and spending pressures, are the three most important factors which provide the backdrop for the budget that I'll hand down in 2 weeks' time. Our priorities in the budget, as they have been over the course of recent weeks, as the Expenditure Review Committee has met a number of times to finalise this budget, there are three priorities for the budget. First of all, provide responsible cost of living relief that has an economic dividend. Secondly, invest in the resilience of the economy by investing in people, investing in supply chains, investing in areas like skills and training, where we've got obvious skills and labour shortages, so to make the economy more resilient. And then thirdly is to begin to unwind some of the wasteful spending which has been a feature of budgets in this country for the best part of a decade. So they will be the priorities for the budget. It won't be fancy, it won't be flashy, it will be responsible, it will be solid, it will put a premium on what's responsible and affordable and sustainable, and it will be targeted to the economic conditions that we confront together in the here and now and also into the future. And the global situation is obviously front of our minds as we put the finishing touches on the budget in 2 weeks' time.